Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and it's time once again for another movie review, and this time out I'm taking a look at God Bless America, the new film from Bobcat Goldthwait. Yes, that Bobcat Goldthwait. It stars Joel Murray as Frank and Tara Lynne Barr as Roxy. And Frank is a man who was just recently diagnosed with a tumor, a brain tumor, and so he's terminally ill. He was recently divorced, and he was recently fired from his job. And he is just in a total state of depression, and just, he's an insomniac, and he stays up all night, and he just gets this constant stream of images from the TV, and makes the observation that America, in its current state, seems to be rewarding and idolizing idiots. People who are rude, people who are loud, people who are angry, mean. Common courtesy has gone out the window. Kindness is a thing of the past. And as a case in point, his next door neighbor has a baby that cries all the time. He lives in an apartment with very thin walls. The baby cries all the time. They don't care how their actions or their actions, the consequences that their actions have on other people. They constantly block his car in so he can't get anywhere. He's just totally fed up with this whole insensitivity of other people. So he's kind of triggered, and I won't say how or what. You can see it in the trailer, and I'll link to the trailer below. He gets triggered to go on this spree of killing people that he deems deserve to die. And in the process, he meets this character, Roxy, who teams up with him because she feels the same way that he does. And she's young. He's old. I don't know that they ever say exactly how old he is, although he seems to be offended when somebody thinks he's in his 50s. So he's probably approximately my age, mid-40s. And Roxy is in in high school, so she's probably like 16, 17 years old. And they team up, and it's a really dark, it's pitch black comedy. If you like the movie Idiocracy, this has a very similar message, although this is a lot more direct, to the point, and truthful. And of course it takes place in the present day, where Idiocracy, I guess when Idiocracy was made, we might have thought that it might take a while for the country to get like that. It looks like, through the lens of Bobcat Goldthwait, that the world of Idiocracy has already arrived. And to some extent, I would have to agree with them. This is a movie that starts off really, really strong. It makes its point very, very well. The performances from Joel Murray as Frank and Tara Lynne Barr as Roxy are both great. Joel Murray is just fantastic in the role of Frank. I really, really liked him. Visually, his face is very expressive, and you can really feel or see how he feels just through his eyes and through his face. And the dialogue is very snappy, and there's just a lot of good exchanges between Frank and Roxy, and the way they think about the world that we live in. And there's just a lot of brilliant observations that I think may upset a lot of people, but I think a lot of them ring true, unfortunately, that, you know, the society that we live in has kind of settled into this accepting mediocrity and not being kind to one another. So I really think that there's a lot of good stuff in this movie, even though, taken at face value, I think that this probably would go over the head of most of the people who really should actually see this and think about what this movie is trying to say. Unfortunately, as a film, it kind of runs out of gas at the end, and I was waiting for this big delivery at the end, and really it's just a realization that I don't want to give anything away, so I won't even say how it ends per se, but I'll just say that the ending is not as strong as the beginning of the film, and that takes it down a level. But I really think everybody should see this at least once. It's supposed to be funny, and it is funny most of the time, but it also has a serious message as well, I think. And I really think it's worth seeing. As far as a rating would go, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really think that it could have ended a lot stronger and been a lot stronger, but overall, I really have to say that it is worth seeing. I will have to say, though, that it is a very dark comedy. It is very morbid. It's very bloody. It's very violent. And it's supposed to be, and that's why I enjoyed it. So take that into consideration. Just so you get an idea of what it's about, I will put a link to the trailer below. But check it out, and you know, feel free to comment on this video. Let me know what you thought of it. And of course, feel free, as always, to rate the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and take it easy.